After 2.5 hours in Pagano's beauty salon, you might at least call me Aunt Bob. I gather I'm in time for the boss's homecoming.
Oh, yeah, we expect him any minute. United Airlines says he's planes on time.
Gee, Mom, maybe something happened to him. Maybe he had an accident on the way from the airport.
Don't talk like
I better take a look down the street.
Care for some coffee while we're waiting?
Oh, thanks. Oh, Chuck sure has missed his Uncle Bob. Every day. What do you hear from Uncle Bob, Schultze? What's Uncle Bob doing in Hawaii so long? When's he coming back? No, it's really touching.
Before you start the violins, I might as well tell you that he also misses Uncle Bob's car.
Oh, yes, he parked it at the airport.
Yeah.
Incidentally, Margaret, what has Uncle Bob been doing in Hawaii so long?
Well, according to his one and only letter, he's been busy photographing the flora and fauna of the island.
Well, if he's been photographing Flora, I'll bet she was wearing a bathing suit.
Oh, no. He's so serious about Kay Michael. You know, he doesn't even notice other girls anymore.
Margaret, the day the boss doesn't notice girls, a certain red-suited fellow with horns and a tail will tap me with his pitchfork and say, Schultze, it just froze over.
He's here. He's just pulled in the driveway.
See, he didn't have an accident?
No, the car looks great.
Well, how do I look, Margaret? Don't tell me the truth.
Oh, you look fine.
Liar. Yeah, I'm just as excited as Chuck. I don't even want to borrow the car.
Aloha.
How beautiful you look.
Aloha, Schultze.
How about that? Only there 1 week and he speaks Hawaiian.
Jack, I brought this specially for you, boy.
Thanks, Uncle Bob. I'll take everything out of the car, just in case it might be used later this evening.
Good, Chuck. No, I don't think I'll be using it. No.
Swell, then.
Chuck, your Uncle Bob just walked in the door. You haven't even looked at him.
Boy, what a tan. Can I use your car?
Oh,
Sure, Chuck. Just bring the rest of the stuff in, will you?
Sure, Uncle Bob.
no. Oh, you really look like a native.
Thanks, Mark. Oh, say, I picked up some of their customs, too.
Oh. How beautiful.
Schultze? No. No, the Hawaiians say that these must be presented traditionally, Schultze.
Viva traditional.
Oh, Bob, what an exquisite shirt.
Oh, thanks, Margaret. It's a Betty Higgins special.
Really?
Yes.
Tell us material, Schultze.
Nothing like it. Pure man.
Say, you know, the cutest thing is...
Uncle
What's
Bob.
all
Oh,
this?
yeah, fine. Just a few presents.
Oh, let's go in the lid. I'll get it.
Excuse me.
Just slipped off.
Yes, I saw it. Mm-hmm.
We just gotta make Hawaii a state.
You're out.
Who's complaining? Never even got to bat before.
Oh, Bob, it's simply beautiful.
Oh, thanks, Margaret. That's a Betty Higgins, too.
Really? But do you think I've got the kind of figure for a sarong?
Well, obviously, they only make them for the willowy type.
Yeah, well, lately I've been feeling sort of like the spreading chestnut.
You look great.
Thank you.
Thank you, boy. Look what he gave me. Jewelry made out of shells. Bracelet, earrings, chopsticks.
Beautiful.
And a necklace.
Schultze, that only works with leis.
What's it?
Well, that's just a little something I brought for Kay. Yeah, I guess I was a little rough on her. She must have bothered you to death at the studio wondering when I'd be back, huh?
No, I haven't heard a word from her, boss.
I suppose she kept the line busy here, Margaret, huh?
No, she hasn't called.
Poor kid, she must be sick with worry. Well, I'll give her a ring. I shouldn't gotten sore at her for working with Jack Carson. She's an actress. She's paid to do that. After all, Carson's not her type. If she gives him a second look outside the studio, then I'm a lousy judge of women.
Hello?
Who's this?
Jack Carson. Who's this?
A lousy judge of women. Pleasant, isn't it? The evening of my return from a hazardous overseas assignment. Is she at the airport? No. She's down the old Ox Road. And with the old ox himself.
Maybe Kay and Mr. Carson were rehearsing a scene for the picture, Bob.
At midnight?
Well, it's only 8 o'clock.
Don't worry, they'll still be there at midnight.
Did you have any dates in Hawaii?
Oh, I love that. Margaret, I was working with my camera in the blazing tropical sun. I didn't so much as glance at a girl. All the time she was out with that big Elio high, Jack Carson.
What's an Elio high?
It's Hawaiian for wolf.
Mrs. Niemeyer to take me to Bridge Club.
Uh-oh.
Bob, you know she was in Hawaii the same time you were?
Oh, really? Oh, yes, yes. Margaret, Margaret, you know Mrs. Niemeyer's a little strange. She loves to exaggerate, has romantic illusions, imagines things that never happened. You have to take everything she says with a grain of salt.
Sure, I know.
Can't believe a word she says.
What are you so worried about?
A word? Who's worried? I just thought you ought to know that it's all a big lie. The story that she might make up about me. Margaret, look, I tell you the woman's touch. She followed me all over Waikiki carrying an old beat-up shoebox.
Well, maybe she collects seashells.
Yeah, well, for heaven's sake, tell her I'm not here. The woman's a psychoceramic.
Isn't that psychosomatic?
Yeah, no, ceramic. She's a crackpot.
Aloha! Aloha, Mrs. Niemeyer. How did you like Hawaii?
Oh, it was divine. It was simply divine. And I took hula lessons,
Oh,
you know.
how exciting.
Oh, do I have a surprise for you girls at the club tonight?
Really?
Close your eyes. Now go on, close them.
Oh, wonderful. You're going to dance for the Bridge Club, huh?
Yes. Oh, Margaret, that is really lovely.
Isn't it, though? Bob brought it to me from Hawaii.
Oh, where is that handsome brother of yours?
Well, I don't think he's around right now.
Margaret, all the girls were talking about him.
Really?
Yes. Well, that reminds me. I've got to find out what Elio High means.
It's Hawaiian for photographer.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Nui, nui.
Nui nui, yes. Haole maki oi.
I really don't think I know what that means.
You know? Well, that's good. How are you, Mrs. Niemeyer?
Mr. Collins,
Yes.
why would all those girls in Hawaii call you a photographer? Because I never did see your camera.
Oh, well, they didn't either. No, you see, as I once explained to your camera club, the secret of spontaneity in photography is not letting your subjects know that they're being photographed. That way you get a certain absorbing, almost shocking realism. You forgot that, didn't you?
No, I didn't. Where did you hide your camera?
Well...
I had to carry mine in a shoebox.
Shoebox, really?
My movie camera.
Movie, yeah.
With the zoomer lens.
Zoomer, yeah.
Oh, I got some pictures of you that you never believe.
Say, let me develop this. I'll have them edited for you.
Oh, it's all ready to show.
Well, let's show him. I'll set up the projector.
Margaret, I just remembered I loaned my projector to a fella.
Oh, really? Who?
Mickey Johnson. You wouldn't know him.
No, I met him
That's him. When?
when he returned the projector.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Who is she, Bob?
How should I know? I never saw her before in my life.
Oh, those flowers in Hawaii, where do they all come from?
Wait till you see where those came from.
Whoa!
I was merely signaling to the lifeguard to pick up the lei, which had accidentally slipped out of my hand. Well, I was afraid that the flowers might have fallen on her and hurt her, so naturally I had to come down to see if she was all right.
Yes, there's nothing more severe than an orchid bruise. Kissing will make it well.
Margaret, that's traditional.
Salt water is good for bruises, too.
Hey, what does that mean in Hawaiian?
Oh, Margaret. On the way home, we stopped for a smoke. Now, that's all that happened. Let's turn this silly thing...
I don't want to miss this.
That's where I use my zoom-out lens.
Wow.
Now, look, this isn't what you think at all. We ran out of cigarettes, and I was just letting her use some of my smoke. I hardly got acquainted with the girl. I wouldn't know her again if I passed her on the street.
Margaret, look at the time.
Huh? Oh, we'll be late for bridge club.
I don't care what you say. I went to Hawaii to work, and believe me, I worked.
Every angle, too.
Goodbye, Mr. Collins. Take care of my film.
Don't you worry. Margaret.
Bye-bye.
Margaret.
Wow. Oh, you're the greatest, Uncle Bob. Just between us men, how do you do it?
Well, first night I was there, Chuck, I heard this Hawaiian fellow say to this girl, "E male kaua." She really kissed him.
Boy, that's something to know.
Yeah.
Well, what is a mali?
E male kaua.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I didn't ask questions, Chuck. I just got kissed. Chuck, put this away, will you? I gotta go up and take a cold shower.
Boy, and they call Clark Gable the king. Yeah?
Aloha. Aloha. Is this the home of Mr. Collins? Is he here? Would you tell him Delphin has arrived? Mahalo nui. Mother, George, this is the house. Bring the suitcases.
Ah, very nice house. You picked good Holly for husband, Delphine.
Oh, yes. Mr. Collins is so nice and so handsome.
And he proposed in Hawaiian.
Just like a native. He said, "E malika ua."
E malika ua. Are you sure he wants to marry you?
Mother, 10 times he said to me, "E malika ua."
Are you sure? 10 times?
No, this many.
15!
Yeah. And 10 times I said yes and kissed him.
But sometimes Howleys change minds. That was in romantic Hawaii. This is smoggy California.
Well, if this Holly should change his mind, I shall do hula for him. Then he will change it back again.
Good girl. And if that doesn't work, your brother George will persuade him. Lavemende oikopahi.
Yeah.
But honest about it, it's that same beautiful girl you were necking with in the picture.
Exactly.
Shucks, she kissed me. I didn't do one thing to encourage her.
If you think for a minute that I had it... well, Delphine.
Bob, aloha.
Aloha. Well, let me look at you, honey. What a surprise. My goodness. Just what are you doing here on the mainland, honey?
I'm here to be married.
To be married. Isn't that wonderful? I couldn't be happier. Oh, Delphine. Just for old time's sake. E malikaua?
Yes.
You know...
I like nice and tall.
Oh, Mother, I want you to meet Bob Collins. Bob, Mother.
Aloha.
Aloha, Mrs. Nellicona. My, I guess you're very happy your daughter's getting married, huh?
Very happy.
Ah, that's a spirit. You mustn't feel that you're losing a hula dancer. You must feel that you're gaining a son.
Yes. Oh, speaking of son, this is George. George, Mr. Collins.
Oh, hello there, George. My, I guess you're a very happy man, huh?
George does not understand English.
Oh.
But he is happy that I am to be bride.
Yeah, well, he certainly ought to be.
Delphine, the good man for husband.
Yeah, well, you can say that again. Oh, excuse me, George. I want you to meet my nephew. This is Chuck McDonald, everybody.
Oh,
Aloha.
I promised Miss Schultz I'd pick her up.
Why don't you bring her back here to the party?
Party?
Sure. This calls for a celebration. How often does a person get married?
In Hollywood, some people 10 times.
Oh, Mrs. Nellicona, I like you. Boy, if I'd known you were coming, I'd have baked some pork.
I like you, too. You think bride's family should live with groom?
Well, I don't really know. Why don't you ask George how he feels about it?
Oh, he liked the idea.
Yeah. Well, it's all settled. We'll have a celebration. I'll open some champagne. We'll toast the bride and groom. Nothing like being a groom, eh, George? Yeah. Oh, say, incidentally, when does this wedding take place? Mm-hmm.
Here in California, we must wait 3 days.
Oh,
Yes, 3.
yeah. Say, you know something. You Hawaiians are so warm and friendly and hospitable. Let me show you how hospitable we can be. Why don't you all stay right here until the wedding?
Oh, thank you.
Just until the wedding? Not after?
Well, Mrs. Nellicona, I don't think that after the wedding, Delphine will want you and me around.
Not me, maybe, but you, she wants.
Yes.
You don't feel that's carrying hospitality a little too far? I mean, here on the mainland, we don't do that.
You don't?
No. We feel that the honeymoon is more or less time for people to be alone. Come along, Delphine.
Alone? Then how come mainland got more people than Hawaii?
Take it easy, Anna. Those ain't feather dusters he's twirling, you know.
Oh, George? He doesn't mind. He considers me his brother.
He does. I just want to be sure he doesn't make me his half-brother, you know. Hi there, George. Brother.
Now, Delphine will do the wedding dance and place a lei around the neck of the groom.
Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Come on, George, sit down here. Just let me take these, won't you? That's it, George. Sit right down. That's fine.
Eau ke kaline aya la ihea ku aloha.
Better not kid around, honey. Let's give it to him. Oh, just a second. He is...
My brother. The groom.
You're a bunch of real crazy, mixed-up Hawaiians. You know that.
You asked me to marry you.
What?
11 times.
When?
You said, will you marry me?
I
And Malikaua.
Hey, Monica.
11 times.
Don't translate. George, I'll take care of the knives. I'm going to send them out and have them dulled for you.
You gonna marry my daughter?
That's a good question. Good question.
11 times.
I know, yeah.
You already married?
That's it. She just said it. She said it. Mhm.
To who?
Yeah, that's another good question, too.
Where your wife?
Take it easy, George. She's around here someplace. I'll find her.
Hi, boss.
Darling. Excuse me, George. Darling, I've been wondering where in the world you've been. You're my wife.
It's here at last. Instant marriage.
Yes. Darling, I'd like to present the Neliconas from Hawaii. This is Delphine, her brother George, and Mother Nelicona. This is my darling little wife, Schultze Collins.
How do you do?
Well, you can translate now, I think.
Kona wahine ke ia.
Male o iai?
Ai?
You should keep an eye on your husband. In Hawaii, he made romance with me.
Boss, baby, how could you? Don't you love me anymore?
Oh, sure, honey. I love you.
Well, let's see a little proof.
No, honey, that's not necessary now.
No traditional?
Honey, that's silly.
Well, I guess he wants his freedom. It doesn't seem to love me anymore.
Honey, I love you.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah, just wait till I get you alone. Well, I guess you folks are just dying to get back to Hawaii. I'll help you pack. I'm sorry about this little
Oh, darling, I'm ashamed of you. What kind of hospitality is this?
Honey.
My husband and I want you all to stay just as long as you can.
Honey, could you hold it? Wait a minute. Could you hold it just... Honey, could you hold it? All right, for heaven's sake, you can all stay. All three of you. All three of you.